Hello everyone, welcome in our video series. Today I will be talking to you about something very interesting, and this is how do you actually go out there and find market research and how do you do it. So let's say you are the virtual assistant for a small business owner or for somebody who provides a service online. He come to you one day and he say, hey, can you help me figure out if we can start adding this product and sell it on our website? Can you go and do me market research or found out if the product can be profitable? Okay, your first this is the first impression most of the virtual assistant who never done this before probably will be doing, right? Don't worry, we have an easy way to do it. Now I'm gonna demonstrate today on a live example. So my birthday was a couple of days ago. Congratulations, happy birthday for me. And I got this very interesting box. A friend of mine has sent it through what do you call it, Amazon, and I come home. I found this box, and I did not order anything from Amazon. It was a very nice gesture. I opened it. It was wrapped in a really nice Amazon gift wrap. And once I opened this one, I realized it had something very interesting, something I really like, which is box of all the lovely snacks that I love. Yep, you have that right. So, my friend know I am obsessed about the Asian snacks, so he decided to go ahead and send me a snack box, and this time he sent me box of all Korean snacks. Love it, and I figured, okay, this is very interesting. When I talked to my friend, he said he have ordered some of these before, and he ordered, they have Japanese, they have Asian. It's like, you can sell snacks in a box on Amazon. So I went online, and I, of course, did not tell him that. And I started looking every one of these. First I went in Amazon and tried to figure out how much this box actually cost. So with a simple, research, I come here. The box name is Num Num Box, and I said, okay, let me find out if those guys are making money. And again, one of the main reasons made me start doing all of this research is Num Num Box. Okay, is that I actually was considering doing subscription business. So when I get this, it was like, something just snapped in my mind and like, hey, I gotta figure this one out. So I'm checking here and showing that this box is being sold for $28 to have 25 snack, and people clearly to some level love it. And again, as I come here, I can find more and more of these boxes. I can say, okay, other way of searching Asian snack box, right? Wow. I come here and I'm gonna see this one, deluxe snack, actually also still by Num Num. Oh, actually it is. So this is actually more of a mix, unlike the other one, for $27. And this is a mix of Japanese, Korean, etc. And it's being sold for 27. I would say the other one has more value. Now, you see, this is the number of reviews. It's open for us a flag. It's like, okay, if it can sell for this price, what exactly does the cost of each item? So Amazon is really nice when you try to look at stuff like this. It shows you the exact cost that you are paying as a buyer per item. So it's saying you're gonna be buying these. Every item inside the box gonna cost you $1.35. Now the nice thing is I can come here and check every item. This is what people are paying for. Is it worth it? Is it none? Again, now let's say I decided this is something cool, this is a good price, but hey, I can beat it. And I can provide a better product. I can do this box, right? Now I'm gonna go back to our previous example of the other box, just because we have the box here, we can kind of demonstrate. Alright. So what exactly do I need to present for my manager, right? I need to show them that, okay, of course, I have to ask some question. If my manager come and say, hey, or the person I work for come and ask me, hey, I want to start selling a snack box. Okay, I have to start asking a few questions. Which one, what are we trying to sell it? By asking this question alone, now I know who is market and how do I do my market research, right? Now, if you say, I want you to sell it on Amazon, right? I understand now. My market research will be about Amazon. I'm trying to compete with other sellers in Amazon. This is a good example. I'm going to say, okay, this is a box. It costs $28. It has 25 product. I'm going to come here and I'm going to check it. This is a $28 and it's not showing me the cost per item, but I can easily calculate it using calc, right? I'm going to believe it's going to come to 63 cents per item. Now, some of you say 63 cents for each item. That's pretty good. Well, it depends. If we look at the items they are selling, they are selling really some of the big items. We can come here and see some of them are really small. And as you read in the comments, so again, those guys are Amazon Choice. They are the top seller. I have to come here and investigate what people are saying in that. So before I start doing all of this, I need to come back, create a template for me. So for example, let's say somebody came here and said, hey, go figure out for me if we can compete with NumNum box. Right, and I'm gonna say this is NumNum box research Korean snack box research, and I'm gonna come here. Okay, this is a cover, table of contents. So what do I exactly want to talk about? I want to talk about introduction. What exactly are we trying to do here? Give them a highlight. Our market research. When we do a market research, we need to define our market. So as I highlighted here, if my manager come and say, hey, we will sell this online in general, this can be our website, this can be eBay, we need to start identifying the potential channel. If he does not come and say that to me, which is even better, if he comes say, hey, we want to sell a competitor box on Amazon or on eBay or on our website. Now, again, our website usually going to be very general because we have to go much more complicated market research. So let's focus on Amazon for now because smaller, it's tight and it's easy for us to go in and understand it. So I'm going to come here, see how the box looks like. What does the box have? It have a really nice sheet here. Say, for example, let me show you what I'm seeing here. They're going to say, hey, NumNum box, their logo, thank you, and backed with care. This box is backed for your minions. Hope you enjoy the snack box. So it's really nice card, but it's not, it doesn't say much besides thank you for buying the box. Chopsticks, because those guys are putting for us part of the snack noodles. They have all type of stuff here. They have, a bunch of snack papaya. They have brownies. They have a bunch of fofos. So, but they are trying to put in the box everything that's pretty cheap that they can sell online. And also they put stuff like as small as this. So this really does not cost them 63 cents. I'm going to say this may cost 5 to 10 cents, which is really good thing in order for them to show more items. And I believe they have like 4 or 5 of these. So if I take this out, the cost, I have like almost $1 per item or something of that type. I actually have a margin to go out there and start buying stuff. And also they buy a bunch of these snacks that actually come into boxes. The cost of each one of them does not look as high as you do. So everything here, maybe you have a few that may cost a little bit higher, like, the milk or the juice. So they may have a couple of items. Sorry, it's empty, I finished it. But you can see this is gonna come empty. We can come here, we can research, and look at this is everything we see here. We have some noodles. That cost more than $1. Now, the first thing I want to highlight, it's a snack box. It's giving me a lot of energy. It's telling me you can go in out there and come up with snacks, 25 snacks, and put them in a box. Now, our focus can be Korean snack. It can be Japanese. It can be Taiwanese, or it can be just a mix. And I'm going to show you how do we do each one of these in this small video. So if I want to start selling on Amazon, there's a few things I need to understand. I need to go and calculate Amazon cost. So part of what I will be doing later on when I do the calculation of the cost here, I need to also figure out everything cost related. So first thing is a market research. So those guys selling it for 28, since they are Amazon Choice, they probably are the strongest player here. Usually Amazon try to pick those guys who are really on top. So when I type Korean snack box, I saw only the sponsored one for $17. One of the main reasons we can see that even though it's bestseller, it's not selling as well as this one. Why? If we click here, we're gonna see a couple of problems they have here. They have a really terrible presentation, and everything they are displaying here is just general snack. So when you are selling a snack at your own country, your chances really to go and hit a milestone is nothing. People who are coming here to buy, they're coming to buy something different. So if I want to buy Egyptian snack, I may have a shot. So our target here, for example, let's say the Korean snacks, right? We're gonna come here. Okay, these are the items that these people coming with. At no time or point do I have to be offering the same snack. And if I start reading, I should read the description, figure out what those guys are trying to do. Perfect for holiday gifts, nice description. I can come here. Sometimes if there's competition, it will be displaying, but I don't see it, except maybe this box. I can come here down, read more about this product. Okay, what are they putting in the box? So a lot of the information I would be looking for are right in front of me, provided by my competitor. So keep that in mind. I can see how the average weight. Now, one thing I need to really figure out as well, right, is how much it will be the size of the box. Because my manager telling me we want to still compete with those guys. We want to stay in the similar size, similar average. So I'm coming here. Somebody answered how big is the box. They give me the inches. So now I know if I want to go and search for a box, I am gonna be looking for using this dimension, right? I can read the review, hear what people are saying, what's wrong. So if I'm gonna compete with a company, I need to find out their weakness. So based on the reviews here and all these beautiful comments, a lot of people are telling me what's wrong with the existing product. How can I make it better, right? So some people are gonna say some of the snacks are dry. So it means one thing we need to keep in mind, keep it fresh. Once we buy the snack, we should not stay long. So maybe our supply chain should be much shorter than our competitor, right? Maybe they bring the product, stay for a couple of months, it gets, weak. And again, as we read the negative, and again, I'm a big fan of reading negative reviews before the positive one, just because we find out what's wrong, right? This guy is complaining, only percentage of them couldn't snack. Sometimes they cannot control their chain, so saying this is not necessarily everything you can receive every time, right? Which is completely fine. But as we learn more about their weakness, we know how to avoid it. Some people are complaining about the noodles. As you can see, this noodle is not the same as the one I got. But people complain about the noodles, say, hey, I don't like you giving me noodles in the box. Now, not every negative review, we're gonna take it as something we have to act against. However, it is something that it's good for us to keep in mind while we're doing our research, because we will be able to identify weaknesses. So do your research, read as much as you can, and don't rely on a single product. So go back here and find every other competitor for this company. So this is the guys are number one. Those guys, it's the same product. Now we see another company here, All About Living. They have $21 cheaper. They have a certain product, and they have less reviews. But what do we notice here? That's we can tell here what's different. They have a repetition. Their box looks kind of weak when I'm looking at it. Am I really, interested with it? So your picture is, worth a million words. You need to make sure when you are doing your research and you try to present the product, one of the important stuff we need to highlight, picture, display. We need to make sure whatever we are selling is perfect to attract people. Because when people search for Korean snacks, for example, everything they're seeing, right? They don't know for a fact what is what or what is when or where. So we need to make sure it's appealing. I'm going to say based on this have a really one of the best picture, and maybe one of the reasons why it's Amazon big compared to this or that. I mean, yeah, they may have more stuff, but just off the look of it, it's like really. Again, display is a big percentage, especially when you are playing on sites like Amazon, because you have a lot of competition. You may have more product, but again, like these guys, they are doing a lot of repetitive tasks. If I'm trying to buy a mixed box of snacks, probably I don't want the same snack again and again and again. So this is now I can identify this as a weakness just based on what I'm seeing from the competition itself. Now I have some good information to start. I have the sizes, I have, some information about the product. I can come here and say, okay, we do have a problem. We need to go ahead and act on it. Now we come here and we start putting our own presentation for our, business partner or the person we are trying to present to, and tell them, okay, let's say let's say we're gonna introduce the Panda snack box, and we can here say, based on our research, we were able to identify there is a need to, or there's an opportunity for our company to start selling a snack box on Amazon, creating a profitable business line. Today there are three, or again, based on our research, you can see, for example, there's 4. I'm not sure, I'm just my first look, but you will be looking into how many really snack box competitors are there. Snack box, or Korean snack box in this case, snack box providers, and the average cost of an item is $6.5, and the average number of snacks in a box is, let's say, for example, 35. Again, we can identify it based on the average. We can identify it just based on the best seller, right? Sometimes the best seller is enough place for us to target, and you can find this information based on your research. So if every one of these companies offering different products, really good mix, and we realize people are, buying something more than the other, it does not mean usually the best seller is the best, because, some of those are new and they're just taking their time to take over, right? So you want to do your research really well before you just jump the gun and say this is the case. So let's say, based on your research, and again, you will need to spend some time doing that. In a box, the box can be sold, let's say the best rate of the box, let's say it's 26.99 is what we came across for 25 items. The size of the box. Now we can go into more, description. We can create a single slide here and say, okay, new slide. We can say snack box specification, but we probably want to keep this at the last. So we started by the introduction. We can come here, say market research. Market research findings, and we can start here providing much more details. So I just give an overview. We can say here, based on our market research, the perfect size box would be, let's say, 15 multiply and 11. I think this is what we came across, might be wrong. We're gonna start finding here biggest weakness of or complaints are of existing competitor. This is what we need to come. So everything you were able to find based on your research is stuff you want to be listing it here. Again, I'm not gonna do every item here. I'm just trying to give the overall. So now we want to start doing cost. Now let's say Panda snack box. So we decided that we're going to launch a Panda snack box. We need to figure out a few stuff about this one. One of the very important things that we need to decide is the cost of that box. So if we really decided to do that, we need to figure out first where we're going to get our snack. Now I'm going to come here. There's a lot of places online. You can even Google it to find out where can you get these snacks. I, for example, know what I usually order for my snack if I would order any. From a site called Yummy Buy. It's very famous in the United States for any Asian snack regardless of its origin. So if I want to buy Taiwanese, Chinese, it doesn't matter. I can find them all here. The best part is they are partnered with Panda Cashback, so you can get some cashback. This is how I know about the site. And also you are able to go ahead and find the cheapest item. So if I want to create different country snack boxes, I can come and do them all from here. Again, they have free shipping after only $50, almost $49. You also can get first time buy. You can get it like $10 or $15 off your first buy. So as you can see, you can get a really good deal, especially the first time. So let's say I want to start doing snack box. I'm gonna come here. Now again, I can see the snack box is mixed. The snack box have chips. The snack box have noodles. Which means I need to start also making sure my box is as diversified as possible. So I'm gonna come back to the Yummy Buy, say, hey, let's start by the chips, right? I'm gonna open for me this nice page. I'm gonna look over here. I'm gonna say, okay, all of these are nice chips. I am only interested in, let's say, for example, Korean products. Okay. Now I can come here and say, okay, I want to start by the lowest to the highest, because guess what? This is what we're trying to do, offering the cheapest rate, right? So I can see I can get some chips as low as 69 cents, which is really good. Now you may say this is higher than our cost. It's fine. We want our average to be under 65 cents. So I can, for example, add one of these or two of these, right? Which make me minus 8 cents. I will start doing the math for each one of these items. And I want to make sure as we start putting this together, I have a really good, picture of what other snack that's going to be on the box. 25, for example, item 1, item 2. I can even use the link in my research when I'm putting the presentation. So I can come here, put an image of how Panda Cashback going to looks like. I can come here, content of the box. And I can come here also list the items, right? So you can say items inside the box. I can put chips, and I put the name of the chip over here that I found, Cosmo, whatever it is. I can put the cost of it. And it would be even better if you do it in a really nice table in order to display all the costs in a single place, so I can see just the total of all the snacks, because they have to come really cheap. Also, don't forget, you still have to also do some research on how much the box itself is going to cost, as well as you're going to put a thank you note. How much is the thank you note going to cost, right? Everything in the box must be calculated very well. But this is not the end of it. Remember, you still have shipping to Amazon. This is a cost you have to include. You also need to keep in mind how much Amazon gonna, charge you to maintain this box. So what Amazon usually do is say, okay, you send me the box, I'm gonna keep it, store it for you. You're gonna have to pay for that storage. So I need to do the calculation. And in order to do this stuff, Amazon online have seller central cost calculator. And I can actually come here and figure out how much it's gonna exactly allow me to make money if I start doing all of this. So I can put the item price, shipping cost, all of this stuff. I can also, find one of my competitors here. Let's say Num Num Snack Box. And I can say, hey, I want this guy. Now I know what is the expected price. I can start put all of my estimates here and figure out, okay, this is how much you're gonna cost me. And this is how, based on my calculation, what would be the item, what I'm going to be selling it for, right? So this is going to be the overall cost, not product by product. The total shipping cost, the total selling fee, they're going to calculate it for me. So I can tell, hey, if we sell it for this price, we can be this much profitable. And our profit in each box should be worth it. Remember, some of these may go bad. whatever the case is. So you need to have a really good margin. 10% is considered low. 10% and above is considered good. The higher your profit, the more you are capable to handle losses, especially when you are dealing with perishable product. Some of the stuff we need to keep in mind, also the deadlines. So some of these products we may have to just order them to find out if they can survive. So this is only survive for 11 months, right? So again, all of these stuff we need to also include. So one of the things that our table of content have to have, risks. What can go wrong? Nothing is perfect, right? Everything can go wrong. Keep that in mind. So as I'm doing my math, I figured out this is the chips. Now I'm done with the chips. Let me go back to snacks. Let's find something different, right? I can actually come here, see what they have in matcha. They have a matcha festival. I can just come here and check cookies too, right? Again, there is a lot of categories. I can pick whatever I like. Let's go to so this is a really good product, if you can see here, but it's too expensive. Substitute. If it's the items are wrapped individually, it means I can sell them and make more money. So I would not buy this one. 9 pieces cost $32 is really high. But as I'm gonna come here and say, for example, show me what's low to high. I'm gonna say, okay, this is cute, but I want the cheapest item. So I'm gonna come here and say Korean. Now, there's a reason I'm looking for the cost in this case more than anything else, because the items are not identified very clearly. So it's really hard for say, hey, my 25 item going to be better than his item, because both of us item going to be changed based on the supplier. What I can look for is here, checking these items. Okay, some of them is starting really expensive, 99 cents, 69 cents. This is the cheapest. I can include this one. But again, I want to start going lower than this. Stuff like cookies, I can get them in boxes. That's going to cost me less. So let's find out, how can I get something cost more, but in the same time give me better? So this is a good example, Lotto. Lotto offers 6 pie, each one wrapped individually. If I click here, again, I just know that because I know the product. If you don't know the product, you can always come in to find out what information available about it, because usually it's going to tell you if it's wrapped individually. And you can always ask. So here it's not really saying, but everybody who ever tried Lotto knows that as a fact, right? So we may want to do some more research. We may want to find out if they come individual. So this is saying for 1.4, this is how much it's going to cost. Technically, it costs me few cents. So divide 1.5 by 6. The cost is going to come really well for you. And the nicest part is, if I go get a bigger box, it means I make more money. So this is also another example. Let's say 7 cracker for 1.89. So what's happening here, the bigger I buy, so this, for example, 12 for 2.49, probably this is the best value for money for Lotto cakes. I want to figure out what are the ideal item, make sure they come into bags. This, for example, I can see here already, it come in different boxes, 3.29. How many pieces? 12. So again, do the math for every item. The snack box is pretty complicated compared to other product, which is one item I can just sell it. We are going a little bit in depth here. So, I hope that's very helpful. And we can see here, it's showing me, okay, these how they come into a box. So again, do a lot of research to find each one of these cost-wise. You need, by the end of the time you are doing your research, you should be able to come here and tell me in a single table, right? What exactly am I expecting? So let's say I'm going to insert a table of item, cost, margin, revenue, and I may add few tables. So for example, here item 1, cost 0.62. Again, based on your calculation, margin gonna be minus. We said the average gonna be 0.65 minus 0.29. So calculate it and find out here what would be the margin and write it down. And this is what you will be making as profit in revenue, right? So this is our potential margin. Again, it's all potential. And we can say here actually just total, and or we don't have to take this one. So cost, selling price, or average selling price, and I can come here say, hey, again, let's fix this one, revenue. And I can come here, or I can put the revenue and the price. So it's your call how you want to do it. But what's very important in the last tab here, when I come here, say, hey, total, okay, chip 1, etc, 0.9, or 7, 2. Do as much numbers as you want. Make sure when you come here, you can tell me exactly how much we're going to make in total revenue, how much we're going to make, or how much it would be the total cost of the box. Total cost of the box. This would be step number 1. Total cost of the box is very important. Let's claim or items, actually total cost of items, because we don't yet have the total cost of the box, right? Let's say it's going to be no, it should be, let's say, $15 for example, and I'm gonna come here, do another additional calculation after this one, when I'm gonna start highlighting for them. And snack box, total items cost in a box equal $15. Total or box cost. Again, everything come back to your research. So I done some research on the boxes. You can always Google it. I came, for example, that offers this. Again, you can see here the cost is high. This is the closest one I was able to find. Cost $50. Sorry, it cost $73 for 50 pack. Similar size, kind of. You can probably find a better price. It's just my initial research. You can come say, okay, this is the supplier, this is the cost. All of this information need to be in the presentation. Be as comprehensive as you can, because by the time you are done, you should be able to give this to your manager or your boss or whoever you're working for and tell him, hey, we are ready. We can start selling tomorrow. Give us the green light. This is when you are moving from just, a person who can do some research to a person who understands the market. And it's very important whether you want to start your own business in the future or you want to be a really great virtual assistant, because this is what small business is looking for, not just somebody who can do, hey, I done search in Google, because every, small business owner can type in Google. I mean, now we have virtual assistant. I can ask Alexa to do the Googling for me, right? So let's keep that in mind. Let's try to go the next step in which these virtual assistants or really automated virtual assistants cannot go as far as we do. Now, what else can we talk about here today? We're going to come back to the box. Again, I hope you guys already figured out the rest. Make sure you are able to justify what will be our return on every box. Say, if, for example, if we sell in a month 20 bucks or 50 bucks, whatever expected estimate, and you can actually find out how will this product sell. I can come here and say, hey, this site's called Camel, I guess, Camel, famous to find out the products. I can come here. This is actually help you monitor prices. I can come here and copy this item and put right here, accept. Sure, we accept. So it can show me something very interesting. Showing me the variation in the price. That's something you need to keep in mind. It's also showing me the sales rank. How well this item is selling. Yeah, you will need to have an account to do that. But you will be able to collect more information. Is this item as popular as I believe it is? It's very important information to keep in mind. So in your research, try to collect as much information as you can. This I can also, based on the pricing, tell a lot. So he started by 26, which means he was able to sell it for that price when he started, and he started back in December. What do you call it? December this year, actually, last year. So I can tell here a lot about it. When did he start? December 4, I know he started by this price. He started bumping up the price, which give me also a sign that his price is not standing there. He will probably continue going higher. And I can also come here and say, okay, so he started only 7 months ago. This is how much he is selling it. And I can figure out how much he is actually making out of this box. Is it something worth our time? If we're making, maybe I can come say, okay, our profit is going to be $2 in each box, and we're going to sell 20 boxes a month. Probably it's a bad idea. So I would not give the recommendation to buy or sell. However, if I can come and tell you, hey, we can make our profit per single box at $10, which is possible, even based on these snacks. I can come here, tell you this is the profit, and we're going to sell, 100 bucks. Or this is the average based on our study. And again, go back and check the sale rank. It will be able to help you. In this case, this is a green light. Let's go sell this product. And maybe I can find more opportunity to sell it in another platform. So the more I can be comprehensive in my research, the more I can put in here, the better it is. And make sure every resource you have used also being highlighted. So your recommendation would be buy, sell. And again, try to be, if you're going to use the graphics, make sure you colors, lighting, everything is done really well. Consider yourself a businessman who are going to present your own product, and you want these investors to come invest in you, because guess what, this is what your clients does. They are going to go and find businesses. So the whole purpose of this presentation really is for you to start putting yourself in the mind of the client and think how they think, because this is what will be able to help you to go ahead and move to the next level. FYI, the more you become experienced with this stuff, your rate and your value as a virtual assistant will increase. This was distinguishing entry-level virtual assistant from somebody who can be professional virtual assistants and start getting paid big time. Again, I will be offering more of these tips as we go further. If you have anything in specific that you would like to see, please go ahead and comment, and I will be more than happy to try and accommodate as much as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Thank you.